Samsung might have accidentally shown us the slim phone most people actually end up buying, and it's not a flagship. Leaked images of the Galaxy A57 suggest Samsung is quietly fixing one of the biggest complaints about mid-range phones. They're usually thick, boring, and feel cheap. This one doesn't. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Here's why the Galaxy A57 matters more than it looks. While everyone's busy waiting for the Galaxy S26 and arguing about whether it'll be worth the price, Samsung is clearly betting on something else in the background, a mid-range phone that feels closer to a flagship than it should. And for most people, that's the phone that actually ends up in their pocket. The new images come from Tina, a Chinese certification agency, and they give us an early look at the A57's design. At first glance, it looks familiar. Very similar to last year's Galaxy A56. Same general shape, same vertical camera layout, same button placement. But then you notice the details that actually matter. The biggest one is thickness. The Galaxy A57 is rumored to be just 6.9 millimeters thick. That's slim, not just good for mid-range, but slim enough to match what we're expecting from the regular Galaxy S26. That's a big deal, because thin phones usually stay locked behind higher prices. If Samsung can pull this off in the A series, that's a serious shift. Then there's the frame. The leaked images suggest a metal frame instead of plastic. Again, this is one of those things that sounds minor on paper, but completely changes how a phone feels day to day. A metal frame means better durability, less flex, and a more premium hand feel, something mid-range phones often struggle with. Color-wise, Samsung is playing it safe but smart. Alongside the usual black and white options, there's a new lavender color. It's subtle, but it gives the phone a bit of personality without screaming for attention. It's the kind of color people actually use instead of hiding under a case. Around the front, details are limited, but the Galaxy A57 is expected to stick with a 6.6-inch OLED display at FHD+ resolution. That's not exciting, but it doesn't need to be. Samsung's OLED panels are already one of the best parts of the A series, and unless the bezels get noticeably worse, this is still going to be a solid screen for everyday use. Under the hood, the main upgrade this year is the Exynos 1680 chipset. We don't have full benchmarks yet, but the expectation is better performance and improved efficiency compared to last year. In real terms, that means smoother scrolling, more stable gaming, and better battery life. Not headline-grabbing stuff, but exactly what most people care about. Cameras-wise, look mostly unchanged, and honestly, that's fine. The Galaxy A57 is expected to keep the same triple camera setup, a 50-megapixel main camera paired with 12-megapixel and 5-megapixel secondary cameras, plus a 12-megapixel selfie camera. Samsung has already proven it can get reliable results out of this setup, especially in good lighting. Battery-wise, it's the same story. A 5,000 mAh battery with 45-watt wired charging. No surprises, but also no downgrades. If the thinner body doesn't hurt battery life, that's a win on its own. Where things get interesting is competition. Google is expected to launch the Pixel 10a soon. Apple may push harder with the iPhone 17e, and OnePlus is rumored to have something impressive with the 15T, at least in China. Mid-range phones are about to get crowded, and Samsung clearly doesn't want to lose ground. Here's the bigger picture. People aren't suddenly excited about mid-range phones. What they are tired of is flagship prices. If the Galaxy S26 gets more expensive, and history suggests it will, phones like the Galaxy A57 suddenly start looking very attractive. A slim body, metal frame, solid display, reliable cameras, and good battery life at a lower price. That's not exciting tech, it's smart tech, and that's usually what sells. If these leaks hold up, the Galaxy A57 might end up being one of those phones nobody hypes, but a lot of people quietly buy. And honestly, that's probably exactly what Samsung wants. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.